Well, I screwed that one up, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to take off the background and put myself on the screen. So we're off to a good show tonight. Doing great. No big deal. We'll push past that. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second episode of my show, Jolly Talks. Today is Tuesday, 420. Enjoy your days, everybody. Make sure you have a great time. Be safe. Enjoy your 420, though. Today's episode, we're going to talk about some big shit. As always, why wouldn't we talk about big shit here on Jolly Talks? That's what we do here. And we're going to open with Mr. Mike Tomlin of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, you may be asking yourself, what does Jake have to say about Mike Tomlin? What could Mike Tomlin be so interested in to be currently talked about? Well, he just signed a 3-year contract extension with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that's a great move. Mike Tomlin is not a bad coach. Mike Tomlin is a good coach. Mike Tomlin is not a elite coach. He is a great coach. And they now have stability once Big Ben retires. They know that Mike Tomlin is going to be there to continue to build the system. Now, 3 years, contract runs up at the end of this year. Basic deductive reasoning tells us that's 4 years left of Mike Tomlin. Tomlin has a career 145, 78-1 record. That is tied for 21st all-time with Pete Carroll in wins. So Mike Tomlin's not exactly a bad coach. However, how is that team going to fare without Big Ben? Because Big Ben does hide a lot of flaws in that system. Or does he? Mike Tomlin still took a Big Ben less team to an 8-8 record with Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges as quarterback. And this is one of those situations where I'm going to say I'm probably better than one of these guys, and that guy is Mason Rudolph. Actually, I'm probably better than Duck Hodges too. And Mike Tomlin still managed to get an 8-8 record out of that team. I'm not surprised, Tom. I don't know who this is on my team, but somebody on my team. I'm not surprised Tomlin got a new deal. He deserves it, especially with Ben at quarterback. So, mystery teammate of mine, what happens if Big Ben's not at quarterback? Because there's a good chance there it is. It was Martin. What if Big Ben's not at quarterback? If Big Ben's not at quarterback, what do the Steelers do? That's the question that the Steelers have to ask themselves at this point. And that's the question that they projected themselves to answer at this point. At least with Mike Tomlin signing on for 3 more years, they know that the next guy they bring in, because they don't have the next guy in their system already. I can tell you that right now. Whether they draft a Kyle Trask or some other guy that I still don't know the back half of the quarterbacks in this draft, because none of them, quite frankly, matter beyond Kyle Trask. What ends up happening is Big Ben gets him under his wing for 1 year. If they do take Trask, they could also go with Dwayne Haskins, who is the backup right now. And if they do go with Dwayne Haskins, I don't think Big Ben is the right guy to teach him the ropes of the NFL. I just don't think that's plausible. Now, Tomlin taking, let's say, a Dwayne Haskins-led Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm iffy on that. If I'm being honest, I'm iffy on that. Dwayne Haskins is not a good quarterback. He never will be a good quarterback. He doesn't have the it factor or the pull the trigger factor. So I confidently can say that Mike Tomlin with Dwayne Haskins at quarterback and Juju probably out the door next offseason after he signed that 1 year, $8 million deal. I can almost guarantee you that's probably going to be like a 6 and however many games that is lost now that there's 17 games, which is beautiful, by the way. Love the 17 game season. Can't wait till it goes to 18 in 2 years. Can't wait. But Mike Tomlin's going to need to make some corresponding moves to ease the stress off whoever the quarterback is. They have no real running back. Juju needs to be signed long term or let go, and then they need a wide receiver to replace him. Chase Claypool is not as good as everybody thought he was last year. He had one game where he had 4 touchdowns and then got overshadowed by just about every other rookie. But because he had 4 touchdowns and he had that flashy game, everybody thought he was the next big thing. Well, Pittsburgh, I hate to tell you, he's not the next big thing. Is he good? Is he a solid number 2? Yes. But you don't win the Super Bowl with 2 solid number 2s. And Juju is a solid number 2. I don't know what to tell you beyond that, guys. We're going to flip the script a little here to a retirement in the NFL. Yesterday, we talked about Alex Smith. Today is Jordan Reed, another former Washington football team player. Jordan Reed was drafted by Washington, unlike Alex Smith, in the 3rd round of the 2013 NFL Draft, 85th overall. Now, he spent 6 years in Washington, went to 1 Pro Bowl, and then spent 1 year in San Francisco before calling it a career. Did Jordan Reed do anything in the NFL to make you think he is a bona fide star? Did he have some good moments? Yeah, everybody has. If you're in the NFL, you probably had some good moments. But Jordan Reed, I don't think he's going to even sniff the Hall of Fame, if we're being realistic. And if you think I'm wrong, please tell me. Do you think Jordan Reed is going to sniff the Hall of Fame? Do you think anybody thinks Jordan Reed can sniff the Hall of Fame? Alex Smith, because of that comeback story, might be able to sneak in 20 years from now. He won't be a first ballot Hall of Famer, that's for sure. But Jordan Reed doesn't stand a chance. Jordan Reed was a solid guy for a very little amount of time, and that's it. That's all he was. Now, when it comes to football, I can talk all day. By all means, give me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know where your brain's at. Let me digest what you have to say. And let me discuss what you have to say. Until then, I'm going to move on to baseball, because why not? So we talked about the Yankees yesterday. And Martin says Reed is not good enough to be in the Hall of Fame. He has not done that much in his career. You are absolutely correct. He was also injury prone. I don't remember the last time he made it through a full season, to be honest. I also stopped following his career when I realized he wasn't actually as good as everybody thought. Did I just lose Wi-Fi? On my end, it looks like I lost Wi-Fi. Are you guys still there? Okay, no, it's gone. I'm here. All right. Martin says, I don't know if you know much about soccer, but I can say this. I'm so glad the European Super League is dead, with Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham. Did I say Tottenham right? Let me know if I said that right. Backing out of it. Let me put this in football terms, since you know football. So I've been following the story relatively closely. And by relatively, I mean just really the key points. I only knew that Manchester United and Chelsea had backed out. But it seemed like they were going to go against all of soccer and just create their own league with the 12 most famous and most popular teams. Martin says, imagine the NFL right now, and Tampa Bay, Kansas City, the Rams, Buffalo, Green Bay, and all the other good NFL teams basically tell the NFL to fuck off because they're going to make their own league. That's what's happening in soccer if those teams didn't pull out. And I believe they pulled out because of all of the controversy for the players that it was causing. Kyle tunes in. Hi, Kyle. How are you? Nice to see you, man. Nice for you to drop in. I appreciate it. You know me as an Arizona Cardinals fan. I'm curious to know what you think about the moves they've made so far this offseason. If they haven't re-signed Larry Fitzgerald yet, I don't give a fuck. That's it. I mean, yeah, they got AJ Green, but you just replaced your long-time, amazing, great for the community wide receiver who hasn't officially announced a retirement yet. I have been watching that with a younger, more injury-prone AJ Green. You let Patrick Peterson go to Minnesota for, I think that was also a $10 million deal. Let's see. What else have they done? I was not expecting this one. Did they get Kyler Murray any legitimate weapon, though? That's the biggest thing. They have, obviously, DeAndre Hopkins, but beyond that, what do they have? Like I said, do you... Yeah, exactly, Kyle. It's Larry Fitzgerald is one of a kind, and AJ Green does not replace Larry Fitzgerald because AJ Green can't stay on the fucking field. Tim asks, do I think New England will win the AFC East this year? Not a chance in hell. Do I think they can slide into a wild card? Maybe. Do I think they can beat out the Bills and take the AFC East? No. Nope. Not even in the slightest. They will be did Arizona get no, Lindsey did not go to Arizona. Who went to Arizona? Ezekiel Turner, Dennis Gadrick, Kyle Pitts. Well, that's really close to Kyle Pitts. I don't see any big names on here from anything they did. Besides, they let Patrick Peterson walk. They signed AJ Green. JJ Watt, I wouldn't really consider that a big signing in free agency. That happened before free agency. And quite frankly, your defense can only be so good if your offense can't put up points. And that's kind of where we're at. Oh, they got Rodney Hudson from the Raiders. I don't know if I'd call him a top 5, maybe a top 10, but I can name 5 easy better than him. Corey Lindsey being one of them. David Andrews, whoever the hell they have in Tampa Bay, because that entire offensive line is A1 steak sauce. But in reality, Arizona needs to give Kyler Murray legitimate weapons and something to build upon. He has nothing to build upon right now. It's DeAndre Hopkins, and I hope that guy's open. I hope that guy's not injured in AJ Green's case. Back to let's get to baseball now. As we talked about yesterday, the Yankees got swept by the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, the Tampa Bay Rays as they're called now. Aging myself. They had yesterday off. I need to stop saying Noticing. They had yesterday off, and on their off day, Jay Bruce announces his retirement. That really doesn't bode well for how the Yankees season is going. Mookie Betts was also held out of the lineup tonight after taking a 95 mile per hour. Back it up. Stop. Try again. A 95 mile per hour fastball, but the x-rays came back negative, so he may not miss a lot of time. We haven't gotten that report yet. Yeah, let's basic baseball news, because baseball is pretty much boring until the playoffs, and even then, you don't need to watch it. You just need to watch highlights. However, The San Diego Padres starting pitching is on another level right now. And I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but they have 3 pitchers who haven't given up any more than 15 hits this season and 7 earned runs in 4 games pitched. I'm pretty sure Joe Musgrove should be in way too early. Let's start that right there. In way too early talks for the NL Cy Young Award. He's 2-2 with a 1.04 ERA with 37 strikeouts, which is 3rd in the MLB right now. And he's only given up 3 total earned runs. This guy's not even their ace. They have former Cy Young Award winner, Yu Darvish. They have the other former Cy Young Award winner, Blake Snell, who's not having the best season, but he is getting bailed out by that team. He has a 0-0 record and a 4.11 ERA. For him to not have a loss, that team is bailing him out. He is getting so lucky, but he's still only giving up 11 hits and 7 earned runs. So they're not scoring while he's in. That's what it really comes down to. As soon as they take him out, though, it looks like they win the games. That's the important part. Yu Darvish is 1-1 with a 2.55 ERA. What I said about the Nets yesterday, now James Harden is expected to miss him. Martin, I want you to know I love you. I want you to know that. 100% proving my point, and he might very well have a hamstring injury. I don't know, but the Nets are so soft, and being that soft, no matter who they match up with in the Western Conference, they're going to get bitch slapped. Not even just slapped around. They're going to get bitch slapped. It's not a good look when your 3 stars can literally never stay on the court. Kyrie Irving's off chasing aliens or being an alien, who the hell knows. Kevin Durant's getting injured. James Harden's now getting injured. And the safe way to get out of a basketball game is say, my hamstring hurts. Nobody ever plays you in the MLB. Yep, there we go again. In the NBA. So, who's your far too early MVP candidate? Are we talking baseball there, Kyle? If it is baseball, I'm going to say Acuna. Ronald Acuna Jr. And for the AAL, in the AL it's a lot closer and a lot harder. You have people like Nelson Cruz and Vladimir Guerrero. I believe both of them are batting over 350. Yeah, they are. So we have Nelson Cruz at 390, Vladimir at 389. Acuna's batting 419 with 7 home runs. Yeah. I'd say in the AL, probably just based on a quick look at the stats, Yerman Mercedes from Chicago. And again, that's a quick Tim, nice to see you. Acuna is hurt right now. He actually came back for the series against the Yankees that is going on right now. Last I knew it was 0-0 in the second. We are Adam. How are you? Nice to see you. Right now we're talking baseball. I side tangent with the comments. JD Martinez, 100%. He leads the league in RBIs right now, but his batting average doesn't. That's 383. It's not bad. It's. I don't know. I don't see JD Martinez winning the MVP at this stage. Yerman Mercedes is batting 404 with 4 doubles, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. And in retrospect, you have JD batting 383, 7 doubles, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs. On base percentage is virtually the same. That's yeah, okay. I can see you making a case for JD Martinez, actually. It's not a bad call there, Tim. Adam, did you have something you wanted to add to said conversation on any topic that I have listed above? Because I may have already talked about it. So feel free to give me your thoughts on any of the above. Okay. So I talked about this a little bit yesterday. The Yankees seem to not be able to get the bats moving at any point or any time. And it's watching them play baseball is like watching my nephew, who is 6 years old, on the field right now. It's disgusting and ugly. They do not look like a cohesive unit. They don't look like they're having fun. They don't look like they want to play baseball. All of that's fixable, though. All of that can be worked out. Aaron Judge needs to, I don't know, not be in this mood that he seems to be on the field right now. And if they get out of this slump, they are the best and most talented team in the AL. They should not be the worst team standings-wise in the AL by any stretch of the imagination, just like Boston shouldn't be leading the AL East right now. Kyle says, with as many bad calls as there have been already this season, is it time to get rid of umps and bring in an electronic strike zone? I have seen so many arguments on this in many groups already this year. I think umps are a part of the game. Them making mistakes is a part of the game. It's been like that in baseball forever. And, I mean, you've already established that the ruling on the field stands. So in this case, you might as well get rid of the instant replay. It's pointless anyway. And Mr. Flexing Laser, how are you tonight? Nice to see you. I'm sitting here talking about bringing electronic strike zone to the MLB. Not a fan personally. What's your view on it? Kyle, what do you think? You said you brought up the topic, but you didn't give me your opinion. I'm against the electronic strike zone for a multitude of reasons that I will get into, probably on another episode, to be honest. Tim says the Yankees are getting swept in 2 series. Do you mean that this 2-game series as well as the last series in Tampa Bay? So you think the Braves are going to sweep them as well? Speaking of which, how is that game doing right now? Do we have a score on that? Atlanta's winning 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Yikes. Still not good. I don't like getting rid of umpires, referees in any sport for to go electronic. It's also not it's the most realistic in baseball. But then you still need the guy at first and third to make the calls on if they're safe or out. The electronic strike zone, though, I mean, I don't like it. I do not like it. So Mr. Flexing Laser, I'm not sure. Refs and umpires are slowly ruining sports, in my opinion. I kind of agree. At the same time, without those questionable calls, and let's be real, let's take the Saints call in the playoffs where it was obvious pass interference. That should have been called. You can't fight that. But without those on the edge calls, those maybe they're a penalty, maybe they're not, you don't get the intrigue and the entertainment of the game like you normally would. So I think as a viewer, we need umpires, we need referees, we need the officials. It's just a way to keep the entertainment moving. Tim says they need to get rid of the person on second base in OT. I agree to an extent. I think as soon as you get to the 10th, you shouldn't have a guy on second base. But if we get into the 12th inning, then yeah, let's pull the trigger on that. Games should be allowed to go to OT 100%. And games should be allowed to extend into the OT. But we're seeing top of the 10th, people scoring because there's a guy on second already. I'm not a fan. Adam says the hate of the umpires brings us all together. Kumbaya, my friend. Kumbaya. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I don't know. Bear with me, guys. Yes, facts. Not sure what that was in reference to because I've gone on a long, wild tangent on 3 different things in the last 5 minutes. So, I mean, Kyle, you're watching our newest move. I have my own show now where I just get to talk shit for a half an hour. It doesn't get any better than that. I get to yell at technically I'm yelling at myself while my wife overhears and my dogs yell. So, like, it's a fun time. Great time. Great time. Remember, guys, this is going to happen every weekday, Monday through Thursday at 6:30 Central Time, which is 7:30 Eastern Time for those on the East Coast. Whew. Gotta breathe sometimes, though. If you miss an episode, it is also now going to be on Spotify podcasts. You can see us on Spotify. Well, you can listen to me on Spotify. Adam, shoot me a message, man. We can make that happen. I'll take guests. We'll have some fun. Tim, get rid of the 7-inning games for. I see that. I like that a lot. I love the 7-inning doubleheaders because teams would get into situations where they had nobody else to play in the back end of the second game. I absolutely, unequivocally love the 7-inning doubleheaders because the doubleheaders shouldn't really necessarily happen to begin with. It's always because something got delayed, somebody got rained out, somebody had COVID. So I got about a minute left here. So let me do my outro real quick. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, comment. That's all the hoopla I have for you tonight. I didn't get to my entire top 5 NFL cornerbacks, which I guess I'll get to tomorrow night. I was supposed to get to it last night, but as you can tell, I have great time management skills. So like I said, guys, like this video, share this video, comment. Make sure you follow us on Spotify to get all the updates. I learned I can turn articles into podcasts, which I can then go in and add more detail to while I'm talking. It's going to be electric. I remind you of calling. I want you to go into more detail on this one. How so? Mr. Flexing Laser, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And also, we start our wrestling show right after this. I'm going to sign off, and we're going to go directly into Ringside Roundup. And I believe it's going to be Martin and Kraith with me tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. If you're not coming back for wrestling, I will see you guys tomorrow at